Back another album review. This is going to be interesting because I'm going to review the Voyager Golden Record. Most people know about the Voyager spacecraft, but this review is going to be focused on what's on the Golden Records that are attached to them. The contents of the records were selected by Carl Sagan. There's more than 100 photos that are included on the records, as well as dozens of audio recordings. Michael Stevens of Vsauce says that the covers contain uranium-238. Fraser Cain said the records will be playable for 1 billion years. The cover includes a pulsar map, a diagram of hydrogen atoms, as well as instructions on how to play the record. In 2015, NASA released the full recordings to SoundCloud. Ozma Records launched a Kickstarter campaign to give the records a physical release in order to coincide with the 40th anniversary of when the spacecraft were launched. $1.4 million was raised, and the set was released on December 13th, 2017 on Ozma Records. It was produced by David Peskovitz, Lawrence Azarad, and Timothy Daly. The consulting producer was Timothy Ferris. Archival research was provided by Todd Harvey, Julie Cooper, Matthew Kelly, and Amal Drake. The set contains a book containing all the images around the spacecraft. And the images were scanned from a set of master slides. Of course, one of the images being this photo of one of the spacecraft. Now, I'm not going to show everything, but you can easily find all the images in the video that Vox uploaded to their YouTube channel. A link is in the description. And you can see that both the CDs are right there. And now I'm going to talk about the track listing. The album starts with greetings from Kurt Waldheim, who was the Secretary General of United Nations at the time. The next track is Greetings in 55 Languages. I'm not going to list every language spoken, but you can easily look it up. The last one comes from Nick Sagan, son of Carl Sagan. After that is United Nations Greetings/Whale Songs. Of course, this isn't just music and spoken word tracks on this album, because it also has nature recordings. Next up is Sounds of Earth. It's a collection of various recordings, including the Apollo 15 launch, the sound of an F-111 aardvark, Morse code, animal recordings, and a bunch of other stuff. Up next is Brandenburg Concerto No. 2 in F major, BWV 1047 I Allegro, by Münchener Bach Orchestra. This isn't the only song in the album that falls into the genre of classical music. That's followed by Kate Wing, Kinds of Flowers by Pura Pacu Alaman Palace Orchestra. I don't mind having orchestral music on an album, given the fact that most movie OSTs I listen to use an orchestra. That's followed by Kangami by Mahi Musicians of Benin. It's just one of the tracks on the album that falls into the genre of world music. Right after that is Alama Song by Mbudi, which is an indigenous group of people from the Congo. After that is Morning Star and Maui Koi Song by Tom Jawa, Mudpo, and Wally Peru. The track after that is El Cascabel by Antonio Maciel, and Los Aguiludes with Mariachi Mexico de Pepe Villa / Rafael Caron. The track that comes next is Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry. Just about every boomer I know of has heard this song. The track that comes after that is Mary Moying by Prentice Pandang and Convoy of the Nyara clan. The track that's next is Depicting Cranes in Their Nests by Goro Yamaguchi. Like I said, the artists originate from all over the world. The track that's after that is Artidi for the Violin Solo number 3 in E major, BWV 1006, 3, Gavotte and Rondo by Arthur Gramiax. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyways, this is actually a Bach composition. The second to last track on disc 1 is The Magic Flute, K620, Act 2. Hell's Vengeance Boils in My Heart by Barris Stad Orchestra. This is actually a Mozart composition. This one ends with track Rouleau by Georgian State Meritated Ensemble of Folk Song and Dance. At the time, the nation of Georgia was part of the Soviet Union. That's it for disc 1. Now for disc 2. Disc 2 starts with chorus and drums by musicians of Ancash. Here's some more world music. What's next is Melancholy Blues by Louis Armstrong and his Hot 7. One Louis Armstrong song that was covered by Ministry is What a Wonderful World. What's after that is Magam by Kamil Jalalov. Now we got a song from Azerbaijan, which was part of the Soviet Union at the time. What comes next is The Rite of Spring, Part 2. The Sacrifice 6, Sacrificial Dance, The Chosen One, by the Columbia Symphony Orchestra. The original composition is from Igor Stravinsky. What comes after that is The Well-Tempered Clavier, Book 2, Prelude and Fugue, in number 1 in C major, BWV 870 by Glenn Gould. Here's another Bach composition. What follows is Symphony number 5 in C major, Opus 67, I Allegro con Brio by the Philharmonia Orchestra. Here's a Beethoven composition. The next track is Lil E Delu, a dudun by Valya Balkanska. And now we have an artist from Bulgaria, which was part of the Warsaw Pact at the time. As that is Navajo Night Chant by Yevichai Dance by Ambrose Roan Horse, Chester Roan, and Tom Roan. Next track is The Fair Rounds by Early Music Consort of London. The London I'm referring to is the one in England. We followed up with The Cry of the Megapode Bird by Mania Vents. It's from some people in Mali. It's pronounced as Malada. Apparently, they only appear on this album. That's followed by a wedding song by a young girl of Juan Calvallica. She only appears on this album. Next up is Flowing Streams by Guan Pinghu. Here's an artist who originated from China. Next up is someone from India. It's the artist is Kasarbai Kirkar. The second to last track is Dark Was the Night, Cold Was the Ground by Blind Willie Johnson. The album ends with String Quartet number 13 in B flat major, Opus 130V, Katavina, by the Budapest String Quartet. The original composition is from Beethoven. There's no information available regarding how this album formed commercially, given the fact that it was a limited release and is sold out. However, the whole thing is on SoundCloud. Copies of this album don't come cheap, and there's only one copy for sale on Discogs as of the making of this video. The album does have a 4.64 out of 5 on Discogs. It even received a Grammy for Best Box or Limited Edition Package in January 2018. Now for my thoughts. I think this is a good album, even though there's some stuff I had difficulty pronouncing. It was interesting to make a review of it, and I don't know if anyone else has reviewed it. Most of the tracks are stuff that's outside of what I typically review in terms of genre, but I was still willing to review them anyway. Overall, I highly recommend checking it out. You can easily find the recordings of the Voyager Golden Record online. I don't know if Osmo Records will do anything for the 50th anniversary of the Voyagers, but only time will tell. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to the Voyager Golden Record? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? What other songs do you think should have been included? What are you expecting from the 50th anniversary of the Voyagers? Let me know in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify of future videos. Thanks for watching. I have something special planned for my next review.